right, we are here with our stream Sundayz post tour decompression. Welcome everyone to the streams. Hopefully it's all working and you could hear us and you could see us. We've got a special show in store for you today, only because we're introducing Tasha's gimpy finger, and yeah, so that's one thing we can talk about.
Okay.
She said it was okay.
Just right out. Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
I asked, may I present Mortimer? Mortimer and my broken finger.
Mortimer? I didn't know you
I'm wearing the coat. I'm wearing the cone of shame, y'all.
Yeah. So
oh, it's so funny. Yeah. It's too funny.
I mean, at least it's not on tour. At least this did not happen on tour. So
oh my god, for real.
And I have some time for it to heal before the next tour. So
yeah.
Yeah.
To, like, get the screen thing. Oh my god.
So how is everyone today? How is everyone's Sunday and start of August? I hope everyone is having a beautiful start to their month.
Yeah. Yay, August.
Yay, August. Yes.
Yay, August is here.
August is here.
That means we're closer to the next tour. And that just got announced like officially the other day. So that's exciting. Everyone's telling us what show they're coming out to. They're also saying, why aren't you coming to my city? And we're like, we promise we will come there. We shall come.
Yes.
People are very excited. Can't be everywhere though. We're working on it.
I mean, we haven't reached that level of physics yet, but I have great faith. We're a super nerd group. We all love Star Trek. So one day we will be able to like maybe quarter ourselves and play in 4 locations at the same time.
Yeah.
Or better yet, like play in space. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Space.
Yeah.
I want to play space.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be ultimate.
Time and space.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, it's crazy because we came off of one tour and then, you know, we basically took a week to just like sort of reset. And then, you know, we're like, all right, well, let's dive into tour prep for the next tour. And it's really like, I mean, it's almost like what, 6 weeks, right? Or 6 to 8 weeks or something. It's not too long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like we're gonna be back there. So and also we have a new song coming out, which is actually not technically a song, but it's a remix. A really good friend of ours, Ryan, he put together an incredible remix of the song Drown. So that's going to be coming out on August 16th. And I actually have another preview in store for everyone that I'll be playing in a little bit here on the stream. And like when we heard it, we just were blown away by the awesomeness of it. It's just a beautiful remix. It's like, I feel like he took the song and, you know, elevated it in its own way. So yeah, very excited about that. But yeah, for those that are out there, feel free to ask us any question you might have about the tour, about our past tour, future tours, about anything, music. Always happy to answer any questions, and we love to like interact. So feel free to just like, you know, say anything you want and we'll chat with you. Ronald Thompson, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Just saw on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's the 16th is his birthday. It's the new song comes out on his birthday.
Oh, happy early birthday then.
Yes. Early birthday. And
happy early birthday.
Yes.
But yeah. And we've all been pretty busy, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been working on the fall tour, also working on putting together our New Orleans experience that we're super excited about. Just finishing up some of the logistics in terms of fall tour, because it's not just actually booking the shows, but in some places, if there's not a formal promoter, I'm the person that puts together like the lineup and figures out the details of the venue. So there's some cities that I'm still like putting together lineup, and because I'm not from those cities, it takes time to research. Like I'm like, okay, like, you know, what are the bands that are active? And I look around at different venues, and I ask for recommendations and that sort of thing. So looking together to put together bands in Colorado Springs. So if y'all have any recommendations for bands in Colorado Springs, that would be most welcome. Putting together a lineup for Birmingham, Alabama, and we need one more band for Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're getting close, but yeah, I mean, each city needs its own set of love. So just been working on that, and yeah, we have as Scott mentioned, the new remix for Drown that's going to be released August 16th that we're super super excited about to share. The song is very meaningful. That for those that are not familiar, Jonah, my friend Jonah, wrote the lyrics for Drown before he passed, and we wrote the song to honor him. And his friend Ryan, they used to play in a band together called Hardwire. So Ryan did the remix, so that one is very very special and near and dear to our hearts. And I think y'all are gonna absolutely love it as well. And we have another song on deck. We're working with an amazing artist called XRL7, who's putting together an animated show around this song that we're doing with him called Anti-Pop Star. And I think that's going to be really fun. So there's that. And hopefully one more song before we hit the road in the fall. So just trying to cram in all the things before we get out there. So in 6 short weeks. Time is fluid for sure.
Yeah.
It goes by quickly.
It's just crazy because like we were just on tour because we were. So
it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And we're doing our New Orleans thing. So that's going to be really fun. We're calling it the Twilight Shadows New Orleans Experience. And so far we have 8 people. And if there's 2 more people that want to come, please reach out and let us know. We're spending 2.5 days straight hanging out. We'll be having, you'll have VIP at one of our shows. You also get a private show in the park in New Orleans, and we're going to do all kinds of crazy tours, ghost hunting. We're going to go hang out with some alligators on the water. That's always fun. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. So let me know if you want to come.
All the gators.
All the gators.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. New Orleans is just amazing. It's such an incredible, beautiful, rich, historic place. I mean, there's so much history there and so much inspiring music. Like I feel like you can just walk down the street and just hear like live music, not just in venues, but on the streets. That was something that we did last time that we were there with, like, we were like, let's just go busking. So we all just kind of like gathered on a street corner. It was so great too, because the neighbors were encouraging it. Yeah, we did stream that. And it was so great because like they were like, oh, this is great. We get a free live performance like right here on the street. So yeah, I feel like it's like art and music in general are very encouraged in the city. And so it's really inspiring. So I feel like they will be magic for sure that weekend. We're being joined by a group of like incredible, creative, wonderful hearted people. So I think it's going to be a really special, magical weekend for sure.
Yay.
Yeah.
So
and if you're interested, like I said, we still have some spots open. So you could actually email me personally at scott@ilikealice.com. That's ILIKE Alice, ALICE.com. And we will send you all the information on it.
So we were getting asked by Kevin Henry on Facebook if we're going to make it to Memphis. And yes, we are. We were supposed to play at a venue that I think they changed owners. So we had to we're changing venues. So we're kind of in scramble mode to find that date right now. If you have any suggestions for venues, we're definitely open, but we are definitely planning on playing that particular date in Memphis. So we will be seeing you hopefully in the fall. We love Memphis. Last time we were there, we had been in an accident, but like the people were so gracious. People brought us barbecue and they were helping us. I loved the community there so much. So we just can't wait to come back. So hopefully we will see you there. Yes. I'm getting asked from Ronald Thompson about the email that you sent about the Airbnb headcount. And yes, I did get that. So thank you so much for sending that over. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up the tour dates on the screen just so you could see. But yeah, we have a full list of dates up on all of our social media. So if you're wondering where we're playing, you could check out our Facebook, Instagram. Bands in town is always good, but you'll see the full list on our social media, and we'll send out a big email, I think, tomorrow, which is Monday. So yeah, it's exciting times.
Yes. I love this question from Darren Kaiser. If we're ever going to play Rocklahoma, people think we're all rednecks in Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is chock full of rockers. Actually, fun fact, I was born in Oklahoma. I was raised in Texas and born in Oklahoma, so I have a special place in my heart for Oklahoma. And we love playing in Tulsa. We played in Oklahoma City last time. We're not playing Oklahoma on this particular tour, but I promise we will absolutely be back. So yeah, fellow Okie here. Okie Texans.
Oh my God. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm just throwing up the picture tour dates.
Craig Schwab is asking, how do we all unwind in between shows? Hazel, what do you think? How do you unwind between shows?
That's a great question. I need to be better about it, frankly. I need to learn how to just kind of shut down and until, my body decides to do that for me. Or so my body doesn't decide to do that for me. But like unwinding, I love listening to podcasts, and I love I play video games. So it reminded me this week. I was sick with COVID, and I just took the week and played a bunch of video games, and I was like, okay, this is good because my brain is starting to chill out a little bit.
What are your go-to games?
I play World of Warcraft.
Nice. Awesome.
I'm an officer in my guild. We got a good little guild going on for a couple years now. And yeah, I play a healer, holy priest, and I tank on a couple different characters as well, but I main a holy priest for those WoW nerds out there.
How about you, Scott? What are your ways to unwind between shows?
Between shows or between tours?
Maybe between tours.
Between tours. Well, the first thing I like to do when I get back is sleep, because that's something that I feel like, sometimes you just don't get enough sleep when you're on the road. It's just pretty much a constant thing. Sometimes you're lucky if you get 2 or 3 hours of sleep, sometimes less, so I sleep for a full day or two, and then I will actually go for a really long run or a hike, and that just gets me really back into my body, and then I'm good from there on out.
That's awesome. Yeah. I will pose this question to all y'all. What are ways that y'all like to relax? Maybe you can inspire us so that we too learn the ways of relaxation. I personally love being in nature. I love to hike, but I don't like to hike in the heat. So during the summer, it's not so much. But I do like to make day trips out to the beach, because that we have that. And one of the beautiful things I think about living in Southern California is that you've got the mountains, you've got the desert, you've got the beach. So there's something for everyone. I usually prefer a nice mountain hike. But yeah, I like to read, watch movies, spend time with friends, that sort of thing. I'm like Hazel. I also have a problem with what do I do with my hands on days off? I was telling her this. I was when I broke my finger last week, I was literally working on the tour on my phone, while I was in urgent care. I was okay, I need to learn how to set this down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I love to work hard. I really do. It was very instilled in me growing up, the merit of working hard, and I really do see the benefit of it. But it's learning that bike of, okay, I can work hard, but rest is just as important. So it's a work in progress for sure. Learning how to rest and relax and have fun. So
Mhm.
yeah. Oh,
Alexander,
Scott, oh, sorry, go
what's
ahead.
that? No,
Oh,
you have a question. Go for it.
somebody was asking on Instagram, if you could enlarge the dates, the tour dates, so they can get a screenshot.
Oh,
Yes.
good idea. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So yeah, Instagram, it's a weird format because when you stream, you can only stream in a heart like in one sort of ratio. So it's typically like, what is it, like 16:9. But Instagram is only vertical. So we're forced to fit our widescreen into the small vertical screen. So what I'm going to do, I'll take about 5 to 10 seconds. I'm going to enlarge the tour dates to take over the entire screen. And that way you will be able to do a screenshot. But while I do that, you won't see our faces. But I'm just going to make it real big. And it's real big right now. So hopefully you could see the dates. But yeah, as you can see, we're going to start off with a kickoff online streaming on September 22nd, right here. So it's like through our YouTube, Facebook, Twitch channel, and it'll actually be on Instagram as well. And then from there, we just hit the road hard. As you can see, we go up. We have a few days off, but then we hit our New Orleans date. The first day is a regular show, but the actual New Orleans experience starts the same day. So it's just really about 3 days long. So again, if you want to join us, reach out. And another fun thing that we're doing is playing Absolution Festival in Tampa, Florida, with some incredible bands. We're so thankful to be asked to take part in this festival, because festivals are just always the greatest thing for a band to be a part of. Yeah, there's just like every show on here is going to be special. So please, if you're in the area, try to make it out. Our plan after this tour is over is to not play any more shows until we have our new album ready to go. So we're hopefully it'll be spring 2025, but just to be sure, if we're in your area, make sure to come out. It could take longer. Okay, I'm going to take the dates back to the small size. Here we go. Let's see our faces now.
Ed Webb is asking how I broke my finger. I was working out. I was doing bench press, and when I rolled to set down my dumbbells, I squashed it. So I'm seeing the hand doctor tomorrow morning. So wish me luck. I have great faith that it's just a small little squish. So it's just different colors, and it's wearing its cone of shame. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. The doctor said just to lay off of it for 3 to 4 weeks. We're just making sure tomorrow. But thanks for asking. Yes. It's my first time actually breaking a bone. I was telling Hazel again. I'm like, there's nothing like cool about the way I broke it. Like, I don't have like a cool story. I'm just clumsy and squished it. That's all. So yes, first broken bone.
Not fun.
Yeah.
So not fun.
Kind of funny. I mean, you gotta laugh at yourself when you do clumsy things. That's my way of dealing with life.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for the healing vibes.
Yeah. So yeah, for those out there, feel free to ask us any questions about our tour, about our music, anything. And again, yeah, we're very excited to release this remix that's going to be coming out pretty soon. It's so good. Any pre-show rituals? Rock D107 on Instagram is asking.
That's a really fun question. I love it. Well, me personally, I kind of treat the entire like month leading up to the tour, as well as every day of the tour as kind of a pre-show ritual. Like I really like to be in really good shape. Um, and so I do my workouts before on the day of a show. Like I wake up, I have like a yoga routine. I like to meditate. I like to journal. Part of the pre-show ritual is also warming up my voice. And then just like really feeling grounded and present with the day and with the people around me. So a lot of times I've put together the lineup. So just for purely selfish reasons, I like to enjoy the bands. I'm like, I just want to enjoy the music or the DJs. I absolutely love live music. So part of the pre-show ritual is just getting to be with everyone. So when I get to see y'all like in person, it's such a joy, like sharing hugs and being together. And then as a band, like a lot of times like backstage, like we're putting our makeup on, getting ready, just kind of getting our heads in the game. Because I feel like sometimes if I just jump on stage and I don't feel like grounded and present, like I can be really in my head, and instead of just inside the music. And so that's kind of the goal, is just to be like really in the music. Because I feel like that's the biggest offering that I can give as a musician, is just being able to like channel the music that we've created together. And the music takes its own life. So yeah, that's me. How about you, Scott and Hazel?
Who's first?
What do you think, Hazel? You go, Hazel. Do you have?
Are we talking about what we're offering?
Well,
what are
pre-show.
pre-show?
Oh,
rituals?
pre-show rituals. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I do think that for me, there's a bit of a calm before the storm, and then, either immediately or right before I go on, there's a rush of energy that's almost like channeling, like in a way. So it doesn't really happen before though. So it's hard for me to like say I have a pre-show ritual other than I just want to get to the point where I'm in the zone. Like, so I'm usually just kind of like kind of antsy and kind of maybe a little because I just want to get to the part where I can like, have at it. So but yeah, I could definitely develop a little more like pre-show ritual. There's usually a lot of gratitude as well because I'm excited for, what I'm going to do. And at this point, it's just a very well-oiled machine internally for me. So it just goes straight into the performance. And yeah, I guess I don't know if that's a good answer, but it's an answer.
Oh, I want to add to that. Because part of the pre-show ritual is like me and Hazel giggling, usually while we're putting our makeup on.
I will say we actually do have some rituals, like putting on makeup and chatting and definitely giggling, and that is actually would have to be the ritual for sure. Yeah, that's
yes. Oh, and where's the closest coffee? That is always like where's the closest coffee?
I was going to mention
coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, because coffee
for sure.
Yeah,
it's coffee. Yes. Yeah.
Checking my cables is now part of my ritual.
Oh, true. There's a setup of Eva. There's a setup of Eva for sure.
Eva the theremin requires a lot of pre-setup.
Eva's a little baby. Doesn't know what she's doing yet.
Yes.
Little Eva.
Yeah. She's learning though.
She's learning.
Yeah. It's a fun instrument, honestly. Like I just feel like
it's so fun.
It's also very unpredictable, and the fact that it's like you need all this extra stuff to make it work. Like a volume pedal, whatever it is. So it's like
and they all got to
sort of like
plug in together. Yeah.
It's a real instrument. It's a real setup, and it's like it's stuff. Things can go wrong, so it's fun.
It is, but it's cool.
It's part of the fun, I think, of a live show. Yeah. So I watched Bjork play at Coachella, and so it not only one of her laptops broke, but both of her laptops broke. So the laptop and the backup broke, and she gets on the mic. She's pregnant at the time, and she's super cute. She's like, she's dancing around with her belly, and she's in her Icelandic accent, she's like, the computer is ill now, so I will sing ballads. It was so cute, and it was amazing because she had like a live string section with her. So all the songs that she would have done electronically, they did just like completely acoustically with the live string section. I mean, I saw her again later at Hollywood Bowl for another show, but I have to say that was really special to seeing how they pivoted, and even though things were going wrong, just to see like how the band like pulled it off. So I thought that was super inspiring. I think that's part of the fun, is sometimes seeing the things that go wrong and then like the creativity that happens afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how they handle it. Yeah. How they handle
For
it.
sure. Yeah. I think it made the audience love her that much more because, just the fact that she was just honest about it, that there was no stress. It was just like, okay, now we're just going to sing ballads. And I thought it was just lovely. So, yeah. I love this question from Sean. We're sending a lot of love to you. Sean is asking, what's everyone's favorite Halloween candy or treat?
I like Smarties, Reese's Pieces. Definitely are pretty up there for me. Yeah. I don't know, something about Smarties. I could just eat like 20 packs of them, and it's and then I just want more. I'm like, give me all the sugar. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's all they are. They're just sugar.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Hazel?
Sugar.
Gosh, favorite Halloween. I mean, Halloween candy is a very specific category because it doesn't include, Snickers. Really, well, I guess a little mini Snickers. Yeah. I think all those little mini candy bars, I like those. I'll eat those. I'll keep those in the house for a little bit in a bowl, usually.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, Tosh?
I love all things pumpkin, all things. I love making pumpkin pie or pumpkin cheesecake. So yes, I'll put like pumpkin in my smoothies. I love the time of the pumpkin. The time of the pumpkin is soon amongst us, my friends. So this is very exciting. I consider like September like pre-Halloween. So
October, every single day is like Halloween is like the moment it's October or the moment it's fall. I don't know. Lovely Cerise in Instagram is asking, what do you want to do in New Orleans? So many good restaurants.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
We've got a plan. We've got a plan.
Yeah, we do. Like we are going to be definitely going to Muriel's. And then there's kind of like a bucket list of all the things to visit. It's sort of like what not to do, because I mean, I feel like you can try to cram in like 100 things, but it's like, what are the quality things that you really, really want to do? So I personally love spice. So I really want to visit Pepper Palace to check out the hot sauces. Yes. It's so great too, because they have ratings. So you can go from like 1 to 10 in terms of like the spice rating. And like, it's not just hot sauces. They have like, different rubs and sauces and all that sort of things. We're going to have a lot of fun for sure. Yes.
I'm ready for this.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to be a glorious time. I mean, I feel like the big day, which is like the day after the show, like we started off at Cafe du Monde in the morning. So it's like, we're like, all right, we're going to start this off early and we're just going to keep it going all day. And we've got like so much stuff planned. It's going to be freaking amazing. And it's always just fun to like walk around too, just like walking down Bourbon Street, like having like that random moment where like, oh, I want to check out this venue, this old, this 500-year-old bar, or, check out this band. And that's just like very small part of what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. We are playing at Santos Bar. Dana Reed was asking the venue in New Orleans. So we're going to be playing Santos Bar on Friday, October 4th. And Ronald, I think you were asking about if we're going to be doing makeup for y'all. And yes, if you are interested in partaking in the makeup ritual with the band, we would absolutely love to share that. Yeah. It's part of the fun. Yes,
it's part of the fun. I think someone who's coming out says they're going to be in costume the entire time. So like the entire weekend they're going to be,
I love it,
in a costume. So I'm like, that's what this is all about. It's just like really getting into it and you know, celebrating all things Mad Hatter and, you know, spending time with the band and, you know, also bonding with the community of awesome people that are just coming out, you know, it's just good people. So
Yeah, absolutely. We had a really cool question on Instagram about our lyrical inspirations. I feel like it's really comes down to just sort of the fact that I think there's always inspiration in life. Like I find life to be very inspiring. Just, you know, the experience of living it, my experience of observing people, my own human experience. Sometimes it's like the world around, observations. I think that's sort of the nature of being an artist. I think we're always inspired. So yeah, it's just sort of expressing. Sometimes you discover things inside of yourself that you didn't even realize that you were feeling. Just the act of writing kind of brings that out. So yeah, it's a beautiful expression. I've been writing poetry my entire life, you know, since I was a small wee one. And my first song I ever wrote, my parents have this captured on video somewhere, was about picking cherries. So my inspiration was picking cherries. First song. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's always a song to be made, no matter what you're doing, right? So yeah. We could write a song together right now about getting to interact with each other on the first weekend of August on this beautiful live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. We should.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Yes. I see. Yeah, there's just a lot of chats going on. So I'm just trying to scour things for questions. So if you have a question, feel free to ask it. And hopefully we're not missing anything.
I love this. Calvin Weaver on YouTube is sending all the positive vibes for positive lives, always through the power of music, and love the bands. And unity in the communities through the power of Alice music. I love that. That's really beautiful to share. I grew up in a multicultural home, you know, just a lot of different backgrounds and faiths. And we found that when we got together as a family, the one place we would bond was around the piano. So we'd just kind of sit around the piano and sing songs together. And I've always found that to be true. It's just like it's such a universal language and a universal way of connecting. Is music. It's so easy to do, even if you don't speak the same language. You know, everyone, you know, well, not everyone knows Beatles, but at least in my family, we knew Beatles songs or Disney songs, you know, that sort of thing. So folk songs are always easy to bond over. So I love that you pick up on that, because that's always been kind of the intention is bringing people together with the music.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want, but I can go ahead and play a quick preview of the remix for Drown.
Yeah.
If that sounds good to you. So Tosh and Hazel, you won't actually hear it on the Zoom, but it will get played through the stream. And just for those who saw the previous preview, this is sort of a different part of the song, so it's a little bit different. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it, and then we'll switch back. All right, I'm going to do it now.
Standing at the edge, we can see it all, but any closer now, and we just might fall. Wrapping my emotions.
And we're back. All right, so that is another preview from the remix for Drown. Thank you for listening. That'll again be coming out August 16th. And yeah, so we're back here. If you have any questions for the band, Rhonda's asking, what types of music do you listen to?
Hazel, you want to start that? Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Sure.
I was just going to say, I was gonna say, like, I also see a lot of love for the little preview that we played, but yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
good.
yeah.
Good. Yeah, for music, gosh, I listen to everything. I like dark music, so I have a really hard time with anything that's happy. It just irritates me. So if it's moody, if it's dark, if it has edgy lyrics that are thought-provoking, and unique, I like it pretty much, and that covers every genre, pretty much. I think I'd even, really dig some dark country.
Dark country. Nice. I haven't been exposed to enough dark country, so you'll have to send
I
me
don't even know if it's a
some
thing,
stuff.
but it
Yeah.
should be. I think it is.
Well,
Yeah, I think
goth,
I like,
goth,
yeah.
goth Brooks.
Goth country.
Goth Brooks.
Got it. Yeah,
That's
Goth
true.
Brooks.
Goth Bricks. He
Mhm.
was awesome. That was a
Yeah.
great band. Great
Yeah.
example of like, it was like sort of a comedy mashup of like, I feel like hip hop,
Industrial and
industrial.
country. It was very good. It was very good. Yeah.
Nice.
It was like
It's another
dual
artist.
singers. It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, Goth Bricks. What music do I listen to? All different kinds. I have this awesome playlist that I've been building since 2019 that I just keep adding to it. Whenever I hear a song that's just to me that moves me emotionally, like I'll put it in the playlist. And there's like everything on it. There's a lot of electronic music, there's older music, newer music, there's progressive post rock on it, there's like EDM, yeah, there's just everything's on it. So I love all music. Like anything that like makes me feel something is awesome. And I feel lucky because I feel like sometimes as people progress in life, like you'll experience like the awakening to music, and you get some people like that becomes like their favorite genre for their entire lives, or their favorite like style or era. And it's like I feel lucky because I feel like I'm always excited about music no matter what. Like I said, if it moves you, like that's all I need, and it just like it's the best thing in the world. So yes.
Absolutely. I love I grew up listening to classical. So I didn't listen to a lot of like anything with a beat really. But then I started discovering music that was heavier and electronic. I think what I love about electronic music in particular is it feels like a modern day orchestra with just sort of unlimited instrumentation. Like you can take like a synth and create
Sure.
like such like infinite number of sounds and then and then make it into like this multi-layered amazing experience. So I love electronic music. In my day-to-day life, I listen to a lot of like ambient electronic, especially when I'm working. I like to put on like instrumental ambient music. Like it helps me focus. I listen to this meditation app called Insight Timer, and so it's really great because they have like different like ambient music tracks on different megahertz that are helpful for focus and different things. I also just love like just listening to a lot of different artists. I'm pretty wide in terms of music that I love. My latest love that I just recently discovered was this artist called So Below. She's a New Zealand artist located here in LA. And I just watched her play live and it was amazing. So really love like I don't know, I feel like it's like kind of like, what do we call it? Like bass music. It's like electronic bass music. So yeah. But pretty much all music. I love music with soul, like where you feel people's souls.
Yeah.
So yeah. I do
Sounds
love
good.
visionary music too. Like I feel like that's definitely a huge influence for us, is music that kind of takes you on a journey. So Pink Floyd and Tool are definitely examples of that. I feel like it's very visionary, and I literally feel this visceral, like visual experience when I listen to the music as well.
To me, like Tool is very psychedelic.
I can see
so that's
that. Yeah.
why it is like very much like Pink Floyd, and it harkens back to the original psychedelic movement, I think, you know, and I feel like music that really just gets your brain in a different place, like, and anything like that is pretty much sort of psychedelic, I guess. I feel like there's like a, when you know, like it, that word comes with some connotations in terms of like what the genre should sound like, you know, or what it does sound like. But I feel like it could be any music that makes you think or something, you know, I don't know, or just transports you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I love the expression of music, and you know, when you listen to other people's creations of music. So we played the Shady Grove Music Festival in Pocatello, Idaho on our last tour. And it's funny because like we as a band kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. Everybody was so lovely and welcoming, but the bands leading up to us, it was like a lot of folk, a lot of blues. And then there were the goth kids setting up on the stage while this amazing folk blues music is happening. I'm like, well, we're the goth corner here. But everyone was so lovely. It was just sort of like everyone just loved music. And to me, I think that's just, you know, it doesn't really matter really like where you come from. Like I feel like just music expresses the human spirit, and that's beautiful. Yeah. And I love all the comments of people sharing. Sean is sharing that I love music that tells you a story. Spike is sharing that grew up on different styles from classic rock to metal, jazz, 80s, pop, hip hop. I mean, there's just so much that we can experience in music. So I love that.
Yeah.
Jimmy is asking about any idea on time frame for the new album.
It's a good question. You know, we're actually like we're doing prolific work right now, just in terms of the amount of time we're able to put into our music, just because we typically take a longer tour in the summer. This time around, it was a lot shorter. So we've had a lot more time to focus more on music. With that said, we're still like doing a lot of stuff that's tour prep and everything, getting ready for the fall, but we're able to work on music a lot more. So I'm hoping that by the spring 2025, we'll have everything ready to go. The goal is to have all the songs done. We are releasing singles along the way, but there will be music on the actual album that we won't be releasing. So that'll be something special. In addition to that, we're doing going to do a Kickstarter. So just so we could do a lot of special things. We're thinking of doing actual like dual vinyl album release and a lot of like limited edition sort of things, and also collaborating with some awesome artists to do some really visionary music videos and other fun stuff like that.
Yeah, Spike in Facebook was mentioning wanting to see us touring with Birthday Massacre. So just dropping a hint that one of the people we want to collaborate with to make a music video has done several of the Birthday Massacre music videos. So that's on our wish list. Part of the crowdfunding is so that we are able to collaborate with these phenomenal artists. So that's definitely something we're going to be shifting gears with after this next tour, is all the creations and collaborations that are going to go around the So Below album. Someone asked earlier actually what songs are going to be on the So Below album. So y'all have gotten some previews already. We're sharing out each single as it goes, but you know, Drown's going to be on there, Time's going to be on there. We just released Me and You, See Me. There's some others, but the next one on the album is going to be a song called Say My Name. So yeah.
And that should hopefully be out in time for the fall tour. I think we're sort of trying to plan things out, so we're getting a new song out every 4 to 6 weeks at this point. So we're quite busy.
I love this greeting from Silvio. Just wanted to stop by and say hello from Memphis. Saw you guys here and at Dark Force Fest, and love your bands. That's awesome. Those are both shows that were amazing for us. So We loved playing in Memphis and Dark Force Fest, and hopefully we'll see you in the fall when we're back in Memphis. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that you got to see us in those different iterations. It's so different when you play at a festival versus when you get to play a full set at a show. Like they're both amazing experiences. We only usually get as an opening band at a festival like around 30 minutes to play. And part of our challenge is like, okay, what songs do we cut out of the set? How do we narrow it down? Like, and so it's part of the fun challenge is like, okay, like quickly, what are the songs we're gonna fill in? And when we get to play a longer set, that's when we get to kind of take people on more of an experience. So yeah, I love that you got to see both. Dark Force Fest was amazing. We were the very first band on Saturday. We played at 1, and the room was packed, and everyone was so supportive. It was such a high energy, so high energy. We didn't know what to expect. It was our first time at Dark Force Fest, but it was just such an incredible experience. Yes. And Hazel's first festival with us.
Yes. That was your first tour with us as well.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like it though.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been a lot more than that.
It's true. I feel like you've been in our band a lot longer than you've been in our band.
Guess I've always just had little cameos here and there.
It's true.
In the scene. It's too funny. But it does feel like a lot longer. But it was the first and it was great. Dark Force Fest was awesome.
So there's a cool question on YouTube from John Horn. John is asking, how many albums do you have out on digital, and do you have anything on vinyl? So right now we have 4 albums out digitally and on CD. We have no vinyl yet, so that's part of what we're planning on doing for our next album release. The album is called So Below. There's been another question about that. Yeah, that's going to be our first vinyl, and we'll also have a compact disc CD for that as well, so it's going to be like a multi-tiered thing. Yeah, and Jason was asking about any artwork going to be available for the upcoming collaboration. I'm not sure what collaboration you're referencing, maybe the remix. So yeah, we do have some cover art that's coming out for that as well. But yeah, sorry, there's I'm all over the place. So
we are so for the As Above So Below album, our friend Daphne Yap did the cover art for both sides. So we are going to be releasing this as an as a vinyl as the double album. And so she did like a double-sided version of the artwork. And that will definitely be available as well. And yeah, that's one of our joys is getting to collaborate with we're putting things out. So yes, there will be visual art available for sure, and that's going to be, I think, part of the fun of the release of As Above So Below is different versions of how we want to express that. Tiny Nature is asking about the New Orleans venue. That's a Santos bar that we're going to be playing at Friday, October 4th. And we had another question. Don is asking on Instagram if we're coming to Topeka. We're going to be in Lawrence, actually, at the Replay Lounge on October 13th, Sunday, October 13th. So hopefully you'll be able to make it out and hang out with us. I think it's going to be a really fun show.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, there's I think Spike or Sean was mentioning that we should play in the bigger room at DNA Lounge next time. And yeah, DNA Lounge is the venue that we played at in San Francisco. That was the last show we played on our last tour. And it's always amazing, but for some reason it was just I think it was our best show there, just because the staff was just so awesome. We had a lot of gear, and they all helped bring it upstairs and downstairs, and they were just awesome. but yeah, the big room would be awesome. I think to get into these bigger rooms, we have to get more people out to the shows. So that's where you all come in, and the more you come out to our shows and bring your friends out, the bigger rooms we could play. So we're just grateful to be able to play, like, to begin with. And so small or big, come on out, and it'll keep growing.
Yes. Cameron is asking if they bring food and drink when they meet you. Can I request songs? That's very sweet for you to even offer. We always welcome food and drink. That's always very, very appreciated. And yeah, if you want to request songs, our request is if you could put those, like, message us before the tour. So we do rehearsals. We're already starting to go into rehearsals to get ready for the tour. But when we put together our shows, it's a little different than how, like, a lot of bands will put together sets where it's just sort of like a haphazard song list. With us, it's like we're literally thinking of, like, how are we going to take people on a journey? So we can figure out, like, okay, how would we fit, like, weave this song in the song flow? Because there's always, like, interludes that happen with both lights and sound. So it's like we try to take people on this sort of audio-visual experience with our shows. So if you do have any song requests, please feel free to message us, and we'll do our best to figure out how we can do a weaving with it. Because it's funny when people yell out at some of our shows, what's that song that everyone always requests? Oh, Freebird. It's funny because I'd never heard that song before. I need to actually learn this one, I guess, one of these days. But yes. I guess that's a very requested live bar song.
That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, Freebird. No Freebird allowed. What is it? Or Stary? What is it?
What was that? Okay, so one time me and Scott and Steve had this, we had this gig where we played at somebody's house party. I think it was an Eagles song. It was like Hotel California. I had never heard the song.
Oh, that was awesome.
They gave me the lyrics, and so I had to make it up on the fly. So it was like Tasha's version of Hotel California, which I don't think it was great, y'all.
I want to hear that. Oh,
it was not great.
Oh.
It was very unique.
Thank you. I like that. Unique.
I would have been so entertained by that. I do know those songs. I learned guitar on the Eagles, so.
Ooh, nice.
So I know all the Eagles songs.
Yes.
Yeah. I could play it on the guitar. I cannot sing it though. No way.
That's probably not true. You can sing it.
It is kind of fun though to just, like, hear people's interpretations of songs they'd never heard, just, like, put the lyrics in front of them. That was an interesting exercise. Creative exercise.
You're like, I'm gonna make it up. I wonder how much. I wonder if, like, some of it's right though. Like, what if a lot of it was right?
Yeah, you gotta wonder if that intuition.
It wasn't too far off.
That's wild. That's wild.
It was almost like an interpretation. And it was good. It wasn't bad.
Like an interpretive dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, psychopathic druggie on Instagram. Good to see you.
Hello.
Awesome screen name.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, we're getting some good suggestions for some New Orleans spots. There was like an oyster place. House of Shock is good. Is a good haunted house, and the mortuary on St. Charles. So these are all right now we're like getting everything like cemented in terms of what we'll be doing. So it's good to have suggestions, especially from people that are like in the area or know it, because it's like, it's fun to do the tourist stuff, but also at the same time, it is also fun to do the stuff that is a little bit off the beaten path. And, I love getting into like the real parts of a city, not to say that New Orleans isn't real or anything like that, but there's just hidden secrets and stuff like that. So that's what we're looking for.
So Silvio is asking if we've ever considered playing Dragon Con in Atlanta. We have actually tried to submit several times. We've never actually gotten asked to play. It's not for a lack of trying or wanting. They usually have like kind of a list of bands that they usually have there at DragonCon, including our friends in Ice and Tilla, which is awesome. But we have never been asked to play. So maybe one of these days it would be awesome. I've heard it's really, really fun, amazing convention with a great communities. Maybe one of these days. Yes. I know that it helps sometimes for people to request bands. I know that sometimes there'll be threads asking about like what bands do we have. So you know, if that's ever in play, that's a great place to try to get the bands that you love onto the festivals.
Yeah. No, I know that, you know, festivals do pay attention, especially if it's requested enough. But you know, there's so many variables, and like I don't know, we really lucked out this year because every single tour we had some sort of festival we were playing on, and it really makes touring, you know, that much more feasible and doable for an independent band, because it's like getting your music in front of so many people, you know, it's always a good thing. So yes. But
Yeah,
there's really
well, the reason why we did the tour is actually we were going to just focus on writing So Below. And we got asked to play these 3 different festivals in the spring, the summer, and the fall. And amazing, you know, wonderful festivals, all very diverse, different communities. And so I built tours to get us there and back. Because here's the thing, as an opening band and a lot of like with independent festivals, they don't pay enough. I mean, it's amazing that we get paid at all, but they don't pay enough to get all 6 of us to travel there. So in order to make it viable for the bands, I have to book the shows to get us there and back. So it is one of those things like, you know, in a perfect world, we'd be able to just fly there and do the show and fly back. But at our level, you know, as an independent band, it's one of those things that we have to you know, we have to work hard to be able to do these things. So that's why these tours got booked. So that being said, Scott mentioned that we're going to be kind of focusing on finishing off the album, which we're hoping to do this year. But we'll keep y'all posted as soon as the fall tour is over and kind of get an idea of where we're at in terms of the production of the songs. Tony Allred is asking about our starter pack on Facebook. And yes, it is absolutely a real thing. I actually am the one that does all the merch fulfillment, so I do handwrite all the notes on both starter packs 1 and 2. And it's a labor of love. It's something that I absolutely love doing. I love seeing the names and locations as they come in. It's so special to me when I'm like, oh, here's a person in Alaska that's ordering a starter pack. Like I just packed you know, a love package to somebody that ordered it from Alaska. So yeah, it's something that we you know, we ask, you know, for help to pay for the shipping and the materials, but you know, it's something that I put a lot of love and time into. So it's so appreciated, and it's our way of being able to share our music with people in physical, tangible ways, and our art with people as well. I started crafting for the band from the very beginning. Our very beginning CDs were actually like handcrafted CDs that were hand painted. And I still do that on occasion too. We have a few shirts actually that I used to screen print. Like I used to screen print some of our early shirts and stuff. So, but yes, you were asking about that. So yeah, it's something that we absolutely love. And another fun fact is that early Alice, we used to play this Labyrinth Masquerade Ball based on the movie Labyrinth. And so, you know, we used to like hide these keys with our download code, like around the venues for people to find. And so that's actually a component of our starter pack. Our starter pack 1 is a download key. So yeah, it's a little fun egg, Easter egg.
So there's some questions around the inner circle on the YouTube chat. So I just wanted to address that really quick. And these are actually really good questions. So Amia is asking, what was her question? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, if we're inner circle members, do we get the perks at every show? Like the in-person, like VIP and tea and all that stuff. And absolutely, you just have to let us know ahead of time before the show, and we'll actually schedule like a meet and greet for you. And that does apply for any show you come out to. The other, so there might be a little confusion there, as Jason was mentioning that it's a once a year thing. And the thing that is once a year, if you're part of it, you actually get a free guest pass to any show you want. So that's not for every show, but if you're in the Inner Circle, you'll get one free pass per year, and that's pretty sweet perk as well. But you have unlimited VIP meet and greets. So yes.
And John Horn is mentioning on YouTube that you got 2 starter packs and gave one of the 2 keys to a friend. I love that. I remember packing that for you. And thank
That's
you
awesome.
so much for showing the love and for your support. That's awesome. Yes, it's funny too, because I actually have a pretty good memory. So when I see people's names come in, I'm like, oh, I know you. Like, yeah, it's amazing, and it makes my heart very warm to see your names and to see the support. It's so awesome. Oh, another thing is, if you do decide to get an additional starter pack, and you want it addressed to somebody else, just make sure to put that on the notes. Sometimes people won't say anything, so I'll just put the same name on the starter pack. But if you do decide to get a starter pack, yeah, just message us, and then I'm happy to like personalize it to whoever, you know, if you get an additional starter packs. Yes.
Yes, it is really fun. We love it.
Yeah. I'm actually inspired to come up with some fun hand-painted things for our New Orleans peeps. So keep your eyes out in the mail. I'm going to be sending out some little fun things.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have we're gonna have some information for you all soon as well for those that are coming to New Orleans. We have a list of hotels we're putting together, and just sort of like some other information, just like important details, that sort of thing. But we're gonna start sending some stuff your way, and also some stuff in the actual mail as well. So yes, we'll probably need to confirm all your addresses too pretty soon.
And yeah. Oh, and Tony, thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, and Chip is asking if I thought about switching from red to purple. I actually have purple in my hair right now. It just sort of takes on a life of its own as I wash it each time. So it was red, now it is purple. So we will see where it decides to migrate next. Yes, that's always fun. It's like, which color will it migrate to with each wash? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if there's any other questions, this has been super fun, y'all. Thank you so much for taking the time. We always absolutely love getting to commune here and get inspired, and hear from y'all. We're hoping to see a lot of y'all in the fall. I'm seeing some people in the chat that are going to be joining us for our shows, so that's something that we're really looking forward to. And we'll be having some more live streams between now and then. So we're planning on another one in a couple weeks.
I'm also throwing our Discord link in all the different streams right now. So just make sure to join our Discord whenever you have a chance. It's a great place to hang out. It doesn't have limitations like some other social networks. So feel free to come on there, and we're usually on there. So.
Oh, yes. And Tony, you asked about street crew in Salt Lake City. Yes, please. Actually, street team anywhere in any city. If y'all are willing to help, like maybe pass out posters, we have posters that we can ship to y'all, especially for the shows that we have coming up. It's super helpful and super appreciated. Message us and let us know what city you're in that we're going to be playing at, and then we can ship out those CDs. It's so helpful. Every little bit helps. Even digitally, word of mouth. If you see like we have like our Facebook event page. We're on Bands in Town. We're on Songkick. We're regularly sharing out like digital flyers. So, every little share absolutely helps. So yeah, thank you for your question and for being willing to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I feel like getting people out to shows sometimes is not an easy thing. And really, like, the best way that I find to get people to come to see a band that they've never heard of in like a smaller venue is to just literally, you just drag them along. You're like, all right, you're coming with me to the show. You're going to see this band. And that's what you got to do,
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Chip is asking if any one of us has fallen off stage. That would be me. I was actually singing for Mankind is Obsolete, also a very high energy show. And I was in the middle of singing, and it's sort of like when you're in the zone, sometimes you don't even know where you are. I didn't realize I kept on singing, but I fell off the stage. I landed on my friend who was standing in the front. Thankfully, she was very patient and kind with me. She knows how clumsy I am. And she looks at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I just keep singing and I get back on the stage. So that has happened. And I've had near misses with Alice shows as well. So I don't know. Hazel, Scott, have y'all had falling off stage moments?
I've never fallen off the stage. I've been close though, but I've never fallen off.
What's your clumsiest moment on stage?
Ooh, I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I know I've had lots of clumsy costume changes. Those aren't really on the stage.
Yeah.
Unless they are, which tends to make it even more complicated.
How about you, Scott? Have you had any?
Well, like you mentioned Mankind is Obsolete, and some of those shows were legendary in terms of just the amount of energy we would have on stage. And I remember a couple times where my guitar headstock connected with your face, Tosh. I don't know if you remember any of those instances.
Oh, yes. Oh, I do.
But that was
pretty
crazy. Pretty crazy. And then you just keep on going, and you're like, I'm fine. And everyone's like, okay.
Now I don't feel so bad when my hair got caught in your guitar a little bit last on tour.
That's right.
It did. I was like, I was doing a hair flip, and I think you came further at the time, and I was like, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, it's kind of an inevitable thing, like in a live rock show. I think it's just sort of it's the chaos factor. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
It was great when we had that mirror in front of us so we could see each other. Like that was I was like, that solved all the like spatial awareness things.
That was a strange experience. Yeah.
That was so weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, I could see myself. Yeah.
Yeah. It did help though, because I was like, oh, now Scott's coming over here, and now Tosh and I are doing this, and it was like we could see it. So yeah, right.
What's funny is that Hazel and I definitely do not plan our moves. We do not have like choreography, but somehow I think we just intuitively move similarly, and so I think we're just very lucky, knock on wood, that we have had no collisions. We just intuitively know. We've had some hand smacks.
We've bumped into each other a couple times, but no head banging. No head banging.
Yeah. No head banging.
You guys are pretty synchronized though. There's definitely a synchronized aspect here when you guys are just playing together.
See it in the videos and you're like, nice.
Oh man.
That's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't see any other questions.
I see one on Instagram. On Instagram, Fernando is asking, have we ever forgotten any of our instruments? Not in Alice, but in Mankind is Obsolete. John, our drummer, for one of our shows, he had a lot going on. He had a lot on his mind, and he forgot his bass drum, which is it's like, for those who are not familiar with the drum kit, it's literally the biggest piece.
It's the biggest drum.
It's the biggest drum. And Thankfully, one of
really
the
fun.
opening bands were kind enough to lend us his bass, like a bass drum. And we were lucky that there were other, because there's a lot of projects that don't have drummers. So we were very lucky that night. So that has happened. But not in Alice. I feel like for the most part, we've forgotten.
Yeah.
So for some of our music videos, sometimes Steve forgets drumsticks. So there is a music video floating out there with Steve playing branches for drums. If you just there's
that's
an Easter
Silent
egg for
Night.
you.
Look it
Yes,
up. Silent
yes.
Night.
Yes.
Oh, wait, it was
where
an Easter egg. Oops, sorry. Yeah. I
the
gave it away.
Easter egg of Silent Night.
Yeah.
Where he forgot his
Sorry.
drumsticks. And so it kind of became a running joke because that happened for a few music videos. And finally we were like, all right, we just need to bring Steve drumsticks, like note to self, bring Steve.
Just have a stash of drumsticks. Everyone
Yes.
needs some drumsticks. Mhm.
Well, if there aren't any other questions, I guess we will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, ideas, questions, intuitions?
Well, I will play the preview again after we get off, but the Drown remix is coming out on August 16th. And yes, bring your friends out to shows. That is the best way to get people out and to show promoters that, yes, we do want to book Alice more in bigger venues and we'll thus tour more. So that is the
And
way.
thank y'all so much again for your support and just being so awesome. We are an indie band and your support makes what we do possible. So we're just super grateful for as a community being able to do this together. I feel like your support inspires us and really encourages us. It's not always an easy thing. It's a lot of hard work. And we love working as we talked about earlier. We absolutely love to work. And the creation part is such a joy. But your support makes it possible. So thank you so much for spending your time with us and for messaging us and commenting and just being here with us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes. Many
Thank
loves
you all.
from Mortimer.
Mortimer.
All right, Mortimer says goodbye. Until next time. And here's the Drown remix preview number 2. And we'll talk to you soon.
Standing at the edge, we can't see it all. But any closer now, and we just might.